Gemini, welcome to your 3-month overview. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. Today we're going to take a deeper look at the summer months, specifically July, August, September. This is not your reading. This is the baseline I'm using for all 12 signs as it concerns itself with a 3-month overview. Let me explain. 7, July, the Chariot, Cancer season. 8, August, Strength, Leo season. September 9, the Hermit, Virgo season. Yeah? The bottom row is the underlying energy behind the next several months. So, the sun, what we understand makes us happy. Are we living it? Are we in it? Right? Are we achieving it? Or are we adjusting? Are we changing? Are we close to the sun? We just have a little more work to do. Or is the idea of the sun changing and shifting as we speak? Okay. The Tower. Anything that's unexpected or untoward we should be made aware of over the next several months. And then, of course, Judgment. Imperative decisions coming from within us, outside of us, from the universe. Spiritual lessons, those spiritual whispers. Are we listening to the universe? Are we listening to ourselves? That kind of thing. Okay, if you'd like to catch up on some old 3-month overviews, they are listed in the playlist for you. Obviously, the last one was April, May, June. We're going to start by pulling you an energetic oracle card. Show me what I need to see, please, for Gemini. What's going on for Gemini? Show me the energy over the summer for Gemini. Show me the energy over the summer for Gemini, please. Show me the energy over the summer for Gemini. Show me that energy over the summer for Gemini, please. Show me the energy over the summer for Gemini. Okay, a couple thoughts here. Dang, Gemini. You gotta take all the cards, huh? Well, one just won't do, Christina. The 10th house, your authority, the things that which you are good at and you're an expert. Where other people would be fearful to traverse, you cover that ground, you cover that territory. You are the authority in many respects. I hope you are guided by that principle. So stick to what it is that you are good at. It challenges you, but it's also the kind of thing that only you can do and others cannot. So while it sometimes might seem like the most difficult thing, it's the very thing that you are indeed good at the most. Whereas others would fear to climb, you know that you could. You have the skills, you have the experience. You're the authority in many respects. Also, for some of you, 48 might be a confirmation number. We also have something here in opposition. Someone popping off, disagreeing with you? Well, no. Give them hell. Opposition, confrontation. There might be a little bit of tension here, a little bit of confrontation. You got this. That's why they're pointing out the authority to you. I want you to stick by your decision. Know when to be flexible. Know when to incorporate ideas and criticism, obviously. But there's times when people just want to oppose you just because they can. You have to know which is which. You have to know the difference. You need to remember at all times that you are still the authority in this thing. Know when to listen, know when to give, but also know when to stand your ground. 53 for some of you might be a confirmation number. Transits, yeah. Time of change, yeah. So someone here in your environment, something's shifting. There's tension being born, 5 and 5, as we know. Change, 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 and it's typically not the smoothest, right? It can typically be the most oppositional and or difficult. We are in a state of change. Sometimes it feels like you're being attacked. Sometimes it feels like you're being overwhelmed. You, at times like these, must remember you are the authority, okay? So every now and again, you're going to get someone who comes along and pops off and disagrees with you and says this, that, and the other, Gemini, and you have to just... And it's your choice about how to react or to act in that. You are, at the end of the day, responsible for all your actions. So while there is tension around you, frustration, and you're going to have your own emotional responses to that as well. All normal, all natural, all healthy. How you choose to respond, that's up to you. Okay? That's what you're ultimately held accountable for and ultimately speaks to who you are. Okay? So your emotional reaction is your emotional reaction. Your thoughts are your thoughts. But do keep in mind that you're authority here, and people might be looking at you to see how you handle things, how you react, because indeed, I'm looking at the Gemini, who is the authority on this subject, laid down the law, you're the expert, whatever, and sometimes when we do that, what happens? People have their 2 cents in the peanut gallery. This is why I disagree with you. And sometimes they get right up in your face, and they're going to tell you to your face how they disagree with you. Okay, so in other words, tensions might be high right now. Things are shifting. There's tension. Messages. Yeah, messages be flying around right now. Although I'm sure you're getting hit up. Messages, communication, not all of them are easy. You got it. Yeah. Okay, and the Venus energy. Some of you specifically, Gemini, might be your Venus placement. But yeah, just please know that at the end of the day, you are a loving, nurturing creature. And you have the right to be beautiful, relaxed, wealthy, resplendent, all those things, comfortable, loved, cherished, like anyone else. Okay? You know, even the emperor wants to come home to someone at night. So, and that's what the authority is, by the way, the emperor in this construct. So Venus, you're still beloved. Okay? You still have a support system. No matter how hard it gets, you are still loved. You are still worthwhile, and people still respect and love what you do and who you are. Okay? So it doesn't matter how some people around you might get. You know, honey, opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. You can't work online like I do and not get evidence of that every day. Let me tell you, the opinions I get every day about my job, how I do it, it's like, honey, I'll tell you what, you get on YouTube, you start a channel, you get to 160,000, then you can talk to me about what it is I should be doing and how I should interpret cards. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's like they're either your equal and they have a right to confront you because it's something that they need you to hear and it might be a change that you're opposed to but you should be open to, or it's because you are trying to navigate change as best you can, and not everybody's going to agree with it, but it's also not their life, it's yours. Regardless, you need to know which is your responsibility. You have to hold yourself accountable for your reactions at the end of the day, your actions and reactions, okay? All right, but just know that you are loved, okay? You still have a support system. You still have people care about you, what you do, and how you do it, all right? And do not ever forget that. No matter how hard or tense it can get, you still have people in your life that love you and want to support you in a healthy way, in an appropriate way, and not make your life miserable. Okay? All right. Gemini in July, please. Show me Gemini in July. Show me Gemini in July. Show me Gemini in July. You know, what's that old saying? What's that old saying? Remember that from the, what was it, 80s or 90s? What was it? Punks jump up to get beat down? Sometimes it's like that. Right? Every now and again, somebody comes along, that's the authority, well, I'm going to challenge it. I know. Show me Gemini in July, show me Gemini in July, show me Gemini in July. Show me Gemini in July, please. Show me Gemini in July. Speaking of oppositional buttholes, you will have noted that the comments are turned off and that the messages are now under an hour. Those are both different decisions, but I will explain them both at the mid-month check-in in July. Okay. And then that caused more opposition. Well, I'm doubling down on that one. Page of Wands, 4 Cups, Judgment. It's something that you have come to understand in a very slow, small way, that you are unhappy and that you have been disappointed repeatedly. It's a judgment thing. In other words, this didn't just dawn on you overnight. Right? There's something in the old love arena where you are disappointed and you haven't wanted to look at it too hard. So that kind of tells me for some of you, this has been a repeating thing. You have found yourself in love situation after love situation where there's constant disappointment. People are not communicating to you effectively in the way that you need to make you feel emotionally secure or supported. And so you find yourself disappointed over and over again. That's part of the communication is the 4 Cups. I'm trying to give you this, and Gemini's like, you're still not talking to me right, you're still not loving me right. And you find yourself in this situation fairly often, or at least you feel that you have, and you've just now started to open up towards that. And the question is why? Why do I see this over and over again in my life? How come I've been experiencing this so much? That's a good question. Let's see what you are trying to discover. I'm not telling you, you're telling me how you're discovering this. That's how tarot works. I don't tell you what's up, you tell me what's up. You know? People are never so disappointed as when they tune in. Oh, Christina's going to tell me what's going on for the week. No, baby, you tell me what's going on for the week. I'm not living your life. You are. You should be telling me what you're doing. I'm not telling you. The only thing I can really tell you that you don't know are surprises, and those are legitimate. You know? So if you want to see different things, you yourself need to start doing different things, thinking differently, feeling differently, seeing things differently. Otherwise, you get same old, same old. All right? Real tarot is real life, and I'm reflecting somebody's realness. There you go. What else, please? Can we get a little bit more on this discovery process that's coming to light? I also might see it over here in the actual Judgment placement. 8 of Cups, the Moon, King of Wands. Okay, okay. You seem to keep finding yourself attracted to people who are emotionally unavailable. This is kind of something that you're slowly dawning on. Why is that? You seem to know that's the main line, the underlining point. Why do I keep finding myself attracting emotionally unavailable people? It's an excellent question. Many of us have to ask ourselves that. It seems that's fairly common. So it's not just you. I want to reassure you that right away. It's not just Gemini. And even then, if it says Gemini in the title, it still doesn't mean it's for you. Check your other placements or I'll catch you on the next one. I don't think people understand the signs are literally 1/12. Do you know how many people are on the planet? Divide that by a 12th. Yeah, there is a good chance, because it is collective, which means not personal, that it will not resonate with you at all. So I'm going to see some serious emotional, psychological stuff today. All right? In other words, not easy, not fun, not playful. Aquarius was, if you want to check theirs out. That was awesome. Yours is not going to be that today. So if you're already, okay, don't worry about it. Separate yourself. Peace be with you. I'll see you in the next one. Okay? There you go. That's your responsibility. How you react is how you react. But your actions are also your actions. You can either choose to be angry about something that isn't yours or not. Okay. Why do we find ourselves over and over again attracted to people who are emotionally unavailable? Why? Passion's there, and it always seems like you discover a little too late, right? That the person, whomever it is that you're connecting with, never seems to be emotionally present as much as you would like. And that's why, of course, you're going to get what you give and give what you get. You know, you attract the same person, you're going to get the same results. It doesn't matter if the face changes or the demographics change, right? We're always going to be the common denominator in repeating problems. Why do we keep attracting the same emotionally unavailable type? We're just now coming to light about this. You're just now showing me curiosity about this. And it's a major lesson too, baby. In other words, it's not incidental. This is something we needed to learn eventually, all right? Now, how well you learn it, that's up to you. I don't know, but this is kind of drifting in and out, okay, of your emotional self and your mental self, all right? In terms of awareness, it's not your primary focus, like this is all I'm thinking about 100% all day, every day. No. It's in the background of your emotionality, all right? And you're contemplating it. Now, why you're contemplating it so hard, I don't know, unless you had another one of these incidences, right? Or you had a fresh reminder of one of these relationships where it seems like someone's not always emotionally present, emotionally sound, emotionally stable, emotionally available. Okay? If someone's not emotionally stable, they're still not available. That means the whole parts of them are not complete. See what I'm saying? So, again, not available. Why? The question is why. Yeah, I want to answer that too. August. 10 of Cups, emotional support, Knight of Wands, the 2 of Cups, but your energy's picking up once more. It wants to be excited once more. It wants to be exploratory once more. There's that lovely Gemini enthusiasm that says, I have not given up hope. I still feel a certain way. I still feel I can achieve certain things in this life and love and in any area. So that's that beautiful enthusiasm you have where it's heavily, heavily contemplative. This is what I'm thinking about. This is what's weighing in. And then there's that other side of you that says, but still. Did I see that? That's you. That's what you do. There's one side of you, very deep, very contemplative. This is what's going on. There's that philosophical side of you, the deeper waters. And then there's that, But this is what's going on too. Yeah, both of those sides of you are absolutely true. And that's why you drive people banana sandwich. You heard me. I do. I respect that Gemini process. I think it's absolutely intriguing. Just because I don't personally experience it doesn't mean that I don't appreciate it, you know? That's the thing about the collectives. You know? I know people who absolutely hate Scorpio, all Scorpio, because they've had one bad incident. Again, you're completely dismissing 1/12 of the population based on one experience. And I get that for you all the time, etc. You know, it's unfortunate, guys. But our complexities are our complexities. We want to attach ourselves to people who understand them, not try to dismiss them, change it, alter it, or shape it. It's part of who you are. You're going to have an intricate process, and someone can either understand it and appreciate it, or they can't. You know? But yeah, no, in August, you're telling me your enthusiasm has picked up dramatically on the emotional scale that says, not all hope is lost. And no, it isn't. You seem to be terribly excited about something or someone. Rather fast, too. So it's almost breathtaking. The Two of Cups, Knight of Wands to the Ten of Cups. I would dare say that that is breathtaking. It's very inspirational energy to you. It seems to motivate you quite strongly. So I don't quite know who it is you're connecting with, but almost instantly you can feel there might be a greater concept attached to it. I would just advise you to slow it down a little bit. I know that when you can get excited, you can get very excited. I know. I understand. But when we're just starting to forge a connection like this, our first thought should not be like on date 2 or 3. I wonder if they're marriage material. Let's back off that. I know you're super excited. But let's pull it back a little bit, because remember, you are just now starting this stage where you're contemplating why you keep connecting to emotionally unavailable people. So if you meet someone who is a little bit more emotionally open and honest and vulnerable, I know that it's going to make you feel very, very excited, okay, about a long-term prospect, but still pull it back a little bit. I don't want you to look emotionally unavailable either, but I also don't want you to be like rushing right in there, okay? Let's pull it back. So I'm glad that you're excited. I'm glad that your enthusiasm is picked up, because something's got your attention that is the opposite from wherever it is you came from. And it was in the very thing that you were contemplating about. So I don't want you to get too attached too quickly, okay? Because that's the thing about connecting with people, honey. Somebody can present a very glossy resume, but then they can't sustain any of it. You know what I'm saying? And so somebody might appear emotionally excited and available in the upfront, and you might be like, this could be something long-term. It could still prove to be like this. That upfront energy, okay, it can be glossy, and it can be beautiful, and it can be exciting, but is it sustainable? That's your concern, remember? So I'm just saying, pull it back a little bit. All right. Show me August, please. Show me August. Anything else, please, about August for Gemini? Show me anything else, please, for... Now, I say August, let's just call it summer. Okay, tarot time is completely different by human standards. All right. Temperance, yeah, that's exactly what I said. Slow it down because you're excited. You are very, you are very excited. And it could be straight up Sag energy. That's some straight up Sag energy right there. It could be Sag. It's coming in hot. You are extremely excited by this, and it seems to be the very epitome. So I'm very happy for you. Don't get me wrong. It's the very epitome of where you were coming from. Why do I always connect with people who are emotionally unavailable, emotionally stunted, emotionally underdeveloped? They don't know how to talk to me. They don't know how to love me. They don't understand my love language. I believe you. It starts out, but you remember, caution, it starts out like that. Hot. Right? Ooh. This could be nice. And I'm sure it starts out that way. And then, that underlying moon energy, that shit we don't really want to deal with, starts to kick in, right? I don't really want to see the moon, that this other person's not emotionally there because I'm really turned on by them. So remember that, okay? I know that for a Gemini I'm looking at, your passion's important to you, and it should be. It should be. That means you understand what your fire's for, okay? You want to be excited. You want to be passionate. You want that whirlwind, right? It's raw. It's exciting. It's hot. But it can also burn you. If what you're looking for is long-term emotional sustainability, you need to understand this guy only makes an appearance when he understands someone's emotionally present. And then you can show that excitement, yeah? And that will keep us from keeping this pattern. We want to break this pattern. I'm sure you've heard me say it before. The Four of Cups is an emotional jerk circle. It just keeps going with it. It's not satisfying. And it never breaks. It stays the same. You are continually, perpetually disappointed by either that same person or the same dynamic you find yourself over and over again. It starts out hot, high attraction, excitement. Where's the emotional sustainability? Okay. Now, I got you over here really excited. Again. And you really feel that this person's energy could be something. We want to invest. I want to put the deposit down. I know it's the rude translation. I'm not saying people are like that, but you know what I'm saying. If you've ever had to put, if you ever wanted to finance a car or a home, an apartment, you put deposits down. That's what I'm saying about this kind of energy. You were so excited by it. You want to put a deposit down on it. Ace of Pentacles. I need to start investing in this ASAP. Because you are feeling, okay, there is an emotional response, and it seems to be initially harmonious. There is the attraction. That's fine. And you're like, this could be long term, so just cool it down, right? Me, personally, I don't know if you've ever been in this situation. I have, and I know a lot of men have. It's weird that I can relate to it as a woman, but it has happened to me. Where I know I've connected with men who are like way too fast. They want a commitment. They want the verbals. They want the this. And I'm like, dude, we've been talking on the phone and writing emails for like a week. And you're trying to get me to commit. Like, what is wrong with you? It's a red flag. It's insecurity. So we've seen this version usually with the other way around, right? When a guy's dating a woman and she's super excited and she's talking about marriage after the second or third date, and what happened? Oh, yeah. So I'm glad that you feel so good about this prospect. I am happy that you're happy. I hope you can see that on my face and you understand that. My enthusiasm for your enthusiasm is real. I love it. You just have to understand that through my eyes, you've had a pre-existing situation that was repetitive. Now you're telling me this could be really different and I'm super excited. But that's also how you started out in other things in the past. So FYI. How do you know if it's legit? How do you know if somebody's worth investing in? It's very simple, actually. And you can appreciate this because it's almost a mathematical formula. The investment principle. Do not give more than you are given. And if you want to give more, and you try to give more, and someone does not give back in equal measure, then it is not an equal investment. That's it. It really is that simple. What we do as humans, we fuck this concept up. And we start excusing the other person. I'm going to give more. And I know that they're not giving it back. But they always have this, that, and the other going on. And they're just not as emotionally open as I am. So I'm going to go ahead and give more. Because I can. When we're ignoring the obvious. That person's not giving back in equal measure. But we're excited. Or we have strong feelings. Or we have strong hopes attached to them. So we're going to start ignoring all that, right? That's when we get in trouble. When we start overcompensating for what the other person's not investing. This is where we cannot allow our excitement to overrule good judgment. You understand? So bless you. I love this. I love that you are just over the moon. Okay? So I'm going to put a deposit down on that one. I got you. But keep in mind, rents are high. Especially in this day and age. That deposit can mean a lot. So, invest in someone who is showing you equal measure of investment. Slow it down. I agree. Patience. Slow it down. Because that hotness ain't going anywhere. And I need to draw that parallel back to you. That's how other things in the past started for you too. That's the Gemini I'm looking at. And if it's not you, don't worry about it. It's not your message. So slow it down. Temperance. Take the investment seriously. Make sure that you are giving it as well as receiving it in return. Investment for investment, like for like. Okay? Be yourself. And if someone's into you, they will tell you. And if someone's not into you, but they're still playing along, for reasons only known to them, okay? That will make itself obvious. But you got to cool down the jets, honey. That's just my advice to you, as well as in the cards. Patience, slow it down. Give it time. For some of you, this person literally is Sag. That's very strong Sag energy right there. But bless you. I love that enthusiasm. That's just so you. I want it to sustain. You do too. But you got to make sure it's the real deal. So slow it down. Give it patience. Let this thing unfold. Let the investment present itself appropriately between two people. Not just one giving and the other one receiving. All right? There you go. 2 cents. Let's move it on. Show me the Hermit. Show me the Hermit. Where are we? Good. Show me the Hermit, please. Oh, not the Hermit, I mean September. Show me September, please, for Gemini, but you need to continue to unravel this mystery, okay? You cannot let the excitement and newness of this overshadow the lesson here, because the lesson is very strong and it's very prominent. Judgment is here, okay? Show me September, please. Show me September. Show me September, please. Show me September, please. Show me September, please. Don't get me wrong. Commitment's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing. When you choose somebody and they choose you, it's the best fucking feeling in the world, right? It's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. Right? Choice, a mutual choice. It does take two. But when somebody's throwing it out there that early, hey, can we lock this down? After like what? Couple. I like things. I like a slow build. Steady. I like consistency. Slow building. Consistency. You say what you do what you say. That's the trust thing for me, but that's based on years of experience and my own comfort level. So I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a certain age where guys are like, lock it down. Oh honey, you don't know me. And with an attitude like that, you're not gonna what's that? What is this? What's going on? 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. What is this? What's the problem? I hope that's a growing appreciation for understanding self-sabotage and how we're not going to do it anymore. Or is there someone in your life causing problems? Hold on. What is this? Show me this, please. Show me this, please, in September. I need to see this. What is this, please? I like slow building and I like a slow burner, honey. It's hot, sexy. I like to get to know somebody. You know, I don't like rushing in. I like established. I like to know what the fuck's going on. I don't like being left in the dark. I like having choices and I like building and I like a slow burn, you know? That's me. I'm not a rusher. I've never been a rusher. I like to take my time, you know? That's me. That's me. What's this? Okay, good. Defaulting to first interpretation. At first, like, are you giving me a reason to be worried right now? No. Remember that lesson I told you gotta learn it? It's critical. You're learning it. Good, very good. Yay. It took you a minute. It took you being willing to keep your heart open to a difficult subject before you could understand this, and that's easier said than done. Everybody likes to think, I learned my lesson. Okay, so in order to really learn lessons, I mean the hard ones, when you understand your own involvement in something over and over again, okay, and how you might have done it before, how you might have screwed yourself over before, when you understand that you have to stop blaming others and you got to start pointing that flashlight back at you, that's when the real work happens. And you're telling me I've had to keep my heart open towards this, and it has not been easy. I had to learn this lesson the hard way, and it took a long time. And I had to keep reapproaching the subject, and it was uncomfortable. Yes. The best changes you will ever make will always make you uncomfortable. If it was comfortable, then it's not worth the change. But you will always be worth the change if it makes you uncomfortable. That means you're challenging yourself. The universe is challenging you to step up, to level up. Not for other people, but for you. Everything begins with the self. You can't do the best for others unless you can do the best for yourself first. And that is the real golden rule. Everything begins with the self. So it was a long lesson, and it meant you being vulnerable to learn it, but you did. About self-sabotaging efforts, entering into things that you know will break, but they're not the best representation of you, you know, because you thought it felt safe at first, or because you were really attracted to it at first, but it comes to find out you've been attaching to people who have the emotional depth of a fucking teaspoon. You had to understand that. But you also had to understand how you kept choosing that same person over and over again. Even if it was a different face in a different context in a different time, it was the same shit, different day, right? And we had to learn that. We had to learn that I'm going to go ahead and build something with them. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and, you know, I have the distinct feeling that they're not in this as much as I am. But that could change in time. That's self-sabotage. It's just another version of it. The ways we can lie to ourselves are endless. You know, it's an endless mix. You ever worked at a bar? Like, I mean, proper bar, like a mixologist. Do you have any idea of the endless combinations? That's what Five of Swords is like. There are endless ways to fool ourselves and lie to ourselves. It's endless. The possibilities are endless, but they're all the worst kind. And it takes a very strong, resilient person to see their part in it. And you're telling me I'm willing to see my part in it. And it took me a long time. And I think you're wanting to learn this as strongly as you are because there's something about this that you want it very much. Something about it says it smacks of the real deal. It's more than attraction. You've told me that. Yeah, that's how things have started in the past. Basic attraction. Oh, I'm into this. I'm into this. Okay. Time's passing and I think I'm more into this than they are, but that's okay. They'll catch up. That's okay. I'll overlook that. I'm going to start building a world with them, and they may not... Let's say I'm doing an 8 of Pentacles, and they're doing a 4, and that's okay. I've accepted that. Just so long as they're trying to do something with me, that's accepting less. Okay? And some of you have done that many times. Accepted relationships that are less than, because it was safe or you thought it would be there. And then you realize how shallow their emotions are for the long term. Because this is the opposite of all that. The attraction's there, true. But the real world buildability is here too, and it excites you. And I think you just like that. My point is that you're saying, I don't want to fuck this up. I also want to make sure that whatever this is isn't anything like that. I need to know that I've learned my lesson. That it has to be, like I was saying, slow build. Okay, just as long as it's a trustworthy slow build. I'm not giving out of proportion, and neither are they. Right? No more self-sabotage where I know something's going to break. How many years down the road? 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 15 years? But I told myself at the time it was going to be okay. I'm not doing that anymore, right? And good. My point is, honey, time in tarot, as much as we try to peg it down, I'm just seeing overlapping lessons with occurrences in between those lessons more often than not. Okay? So when I'm saying things like July, August, and September, I see a core concept that could happen at any time and the influencing energies and lessons behind it that will help you navigate this. Because this connection, whatever it is legit, it's real. It may not be Sag. This person might be a strong healer. They might be beautiful in your eyes, very passionate in your eyes. Someone who has a lot of emotional capacity and has strong investment stamped on them. Highly available, but exclusive. But they're also saying, slow it down. Okay? We want to build this one to last. Okay. Very good. Show me that sun, please. Complex as always, honey. I don't expect anything less from you. Okay. Show me the sun, please, for Gemini. Show me that sun, please, for Gemini. Show me that sun, please. Ooh. Show me that sun, please, for Gemini. And you're going to reflect on how far you've come and the steps you need to take, and things will fit naturally and they'll flow naturally and they won't have to be forced, contrived, or feeling like you have to give something up in order to keep what you have. Okay? We don't want to feel like that. Nobody wants to feel like that. Especially if you learned your lessons, you know what I'm talking about. And you'll say, I'll never feel like that again. Okay? And I'll never be made to feel like that again. And I won't participate. That's more important for you, is your participation. I wish people would understand that. Tarot is not so much about what other people did to you, rather what you are doing for yourself or not doing for yourself. You know, how are we participating? Now, this growth change, I see all that, the transition, the authority, coming to terms, messages, opposition here. I see the rough translation of willingness to change, but ultimately finding your Venus. I am concerned, however, about that opposition. Up until this point, I haven't really seen it. Could be you fighting with yourself. That would explain the duality. I don't know about that. It feels like it's coming from the outside. Show me the sun, please. Six of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, the Devil. I don't like that. I don't like that. Capricorn energy doesn't have to be. Somebody's saying what they need to say to you. That's the opposition. Someone's saying what they need to say to you and they think it's coming from love. It's not. It's coming from fear. They are convinced that they can balance with you appropriately. The old give and take. The old, I told you something was off. The distribution's off. Someone's given too much. Someone's blah blah blah. And now they're saying, "Oh, I can balance. We can make it equal. We can make it fair." But it's like honeyed words. They're saying what they need to say out of fear, not necessarily that they believe it. The devil's going to say what he needs to say in order to justify his fears. Okay. Knight of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, the Page of Cups. How you choose to react is up to you. You're telling me that you have a tendency to go back to this person when they say those certain things. You almost rush to it out of habit, so I need you to be aware of that. And then you're showing me right away, that pulls you back into that space of I will do more than you if you say that you need me or that you love me. I need you to be careful with that. That's what this is. It's just another form of it. You've had this tendency to say under your sun, what makes me happy is to know that you're okay, or I'm there if you need me. And you are that Gemini who said this always made me happy to be of service, or to know that I'm always there for you. So again, the reason why you have found yourself in an emotional jerk circle is because you keep connecting to people who are not as emotionally available as you want them to be, but they will turn on the old charm when they say it's time to balance with you, or will you please balance with me? I can make it equal. And then what do? You up the ante. They say Six of Pentacles, which is unhealthy. You're saying Eight of Pentacles. I will still give more than you, and I will still be okay with it just so long as you say you love me. Careful. That's how you get used. That's how you get taken advantage of. Where does that come from? It comes from that initial attraction. You fall in love with it. And then how many years down the road do you realize they didn't love you as much? And they didn't do as much? You still have a knee-jerk reaction to respond to this person. That I can do more. I can do more. I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. But they're showing me Six of Pentacles. That's an improvement, right? It's honeyed words, honey. I'm sorry. That's what you call honeyed words. They're saying what they need to say. And that's coming from a bad place. It's coming from a bad place. To get back on board with you, to get in your good graces. That's where the opposition's coming from. This opposition literally is running contrary to the goals you're trying to set forth. So that tells me this is still an active sun for you. You have not completely converted your energy. Another reason why you're being advised to move slow with this is that you have not completely converted your energy from this unhealthy thinking. That so long as someone says that they need me or that they love me, I'll be there for them and I will do more than what's asked. For healthy people, that's a fine thing. It's a fine thing. When it's healthy people and it's healthy love and it's love based in respect and not using someone or to keep them around for their own safety or sense of safety and safety net. Okay. Your response should be, I'll do what you do and more. Because you said you love me. Yeah, where's that coming from? You have not completely converted your energy out of this idea of healthy balance. That's something you still need to master. So while you're not going to go out of your way to fuck it up, there's still some lessons here you haven't fully accomplished. Again, what did I tell you about the signs of a healthy relationship? Par for course. My A is your A, your B is my B, my C is your C. We're contributing at the same time, not because we have to, but because we both want to. That's called being on the same page. It's not, I'm really attracted to you and then I fell in love and I know you're not giving me as much, so I'll go ahead and compensate for the both of us and just do twice as much. That's not love. That's gratifying someone else and reducing you. And they will take advantage of it because they don't know. Why would they know? Why would they know? If their needs are being met and they feel like they're being taken care of, and you seem to be fine with it, why would they give you any more? You know? Don't do it to others, and don't allow it to be done unto you. Okay? It's hard, especially if this is the love language you've always known. It's okay if I love them more, just so long as they allow me in their life in some way, and I get to prove to them how much I love them. It's not fair, honey. It's not healthy. So this is something you still need to work with. The principle, I think you're getting that. It's taking you a long time, though. But the actual 3D activity, okay, this is where the textbook lessons have to be actually used in reality. I don't know if you ever went to college, but you buy about $500, $600, $700 worth of textbooks every year. So, big difference between reading the textbook, killing it, killing the essay, killing the test, and actually applying it in real life. I think you're mastering the theory. I think when it actually comes down to practicing it in real life, you struggle with it. You still have that knee-jerk reaction. Oh, they said they needed me, that they love me, that they need my help. I'll be there, and I'll do more. I'll do more. I'll do even more. That's that pattern. That's that common denominator stuff. Okay, let's be aware of that. Because as far as I can tell, whenever they give you some sort of what looks like on the upfront positive emotional attention, you respond. I still see you doing that, despite wanting this. So be careful. That's a lot of 3D energy that's realistic and still present. You overgive for somebody who gives you very little, and they're comfortable. They're not going to change. And the Devil, Six of Pentacles, forget about it. They're not going to change. Why would they? And they don't know they're a devil. They don't know what they're doing is toxic. They don't know. Why would they? That's where the real opposition comes in. Are you learning the lessons, but not just learning them, but applying them? I say learning them, but the application still needs work. Okay, the Tower. This person, they still pull you backwards. And you still find yourself giving in excess to what they give. That's the opposition. And it's running against your goals. I mean, they immediately cracked open with Judgment on that one for a reason, honey. All right, show me the Tower, please. Okay. The Fool, the Knights of Wands, because what you really want is this, and it's literally on your downline, on the midsection. What you want and what you're allowing yourself to engage in are two different things. There's something here that is extremely promising. You feel it on the spiritual level, you feel it on the you feel it on the emotional level, and you feel it on the energetic, passionate level too. They're all here and they're all consistent, and it's literally concerning this. You, with the Tower here, you're telling me I never thought I could feel this way. Okay, passion is part of the Gemini I'm looking at. Natural, healthy passion. You like to be turned on by whomever it is you're connecting with, but you also want the emotional depth that comes with it. You want the emotional security, specifically with that Ten of Cups, something that is comprehensive, something that is healthy, something that is worthy, something that has long-term written on it, family, cohesiveness, households, good positive energy, family, unity. You want the passion, you want the freedom to open up to it. You want the freedom to open up to this kind of comprehensive emotional Ten of Cups that we're talking about. Not once, but twice. And we see it in this person. Yeah, there's a part of you that knows you need to break whatever this is off. You might still be attracted to it, but that doesn't mean it's serving you. Not at the emotional level. And not at the 3D level. And you spend much more energy than they do. And not just energy. We're talking resources. Time. Time is spendable. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean time doesn't exist. You spend time, money, or your real physical energy on someone who doesn't give you half as much in measure. And even then they trigger it when they feel they need it from you. Or because they need something from you, and it comes back to security and fear. And you say you're happy to do it, so I can tell that you have a very ingrained habit with this person. Very ingrained. You suspect the lesson, but you're not seeing how it's applying to this person. Okay, I don't know who that is. I don't know if that's a soon-to-be ex. I don't know if that's a family member. I don't know if it's a friend. I don't know. But they do represent this lesson back here. Boom. This one is a singular entity. This is something else. Let's crack on over here to Judgment. Your tower is really straightforward. You literally thought you would never feel this way before. So excited to be able to access something like this. I want you to have it. Energetically, it's here for you. It's also here in the 3D for you. Yes, there's patience tied to it, temperance time. It may not play out right away. True, fair. But nor should it be. Until you've mastered these lessons. You got the theory. You're trying to work on that theory. But you haven't applied them. You're still telling me you're happy to jump when they say Gemini. So you're still in love with that person. Or you're still in love with the idea of being in love with them. Okay? Something to think about. Show me Judgment, please. It's not healthy. It's not a healthy construct. I'm going to give you this because it's fair. No, it's not. And then you're like, yeah, then some. A little bit of love, a little bit of affection from this person, a little bit what you want to hear, and boom, there you go running. Show me Judgment, please. Show me Judgment. Four of Swords, healing, King of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. Okay, that's fair. We need to get healing. There's nothing wrong with passion. There's nothing wrong with goals, having ambition, etc. We need to heal ourselves to how this actually plays out into real life. Okay. What is passion? It's far more than just being turned on. It's the dedication to who we are as people, what we're doing with our lives, and the energy that we have behind it. The more realistic passion you have for other areas in your life, other than just, say, straight up sexual energy, because that's what most people refer to it as, I know better, the more you understand your passion. So, for instance, right, I pull fire energy all the time for that which I'm interested in, because I don't do anything I'm not interested in. It's really non-negotiable for me. It's very simple. My life is easily categorized into I'm into this, and I can back it up, or I'm not, and therefore spend no time on it. It's made my life incredibly easy to work with, highly efficient, and I'm always engaged in everything that I want to do or is my responsibility of choice. So being a parent, that's a responsibility of choice. Having a mortgage, taking care of the home, this is a responsibility of choice. So I put all my best fire into it. All these things speak to the Ten of Pentacles. My stability, how I approach it, and you actually have a very similar disposition, or at least you want to. You want to convert your fire into a happy, healthy construct where you can see evidence of it every day. And that includes your stability, your home, your family, your career, the resources, the connectivity you have. You want to rest on that. You want to know that your energy, the best of you, is going to every conceivable area in your life. You want something that is fruitful, that excites you, that makes you happy, turned on, happy to be alive, happy to get out of bed in the morning. And we're resting on this, the Four Swords. What does that life look like? Who's in there? When I get up in the morning and I think about my Ten of Pentacles and my foundation, is there someone in here that's healthy, that represents the best of this energy that I have for my own life? Are they sharing that with me? Or am I just giving them part of my Ten of Pentacles and they don't do much to earn it, maintain it, or help me keep it? Or am I just supplying that to them? Because I got a single figure here contemplating big energy about the contribution. When you contemplate you got big energy for this life you have. But where's the other person that you give so much of your time, energy, care, and attention to? Are you working for them, or are they supposed to be part of your life? Because the Gemini I'm looking at says, I can't believe I'd ever feel this way, that something could be so comprehensive. It's almost shocking you that someone could be so cohesive at the emotional level and at the realistic level. A real contributor, a real equal, who is just as excited and turned on by life as you are. And we need to ask ourselves, how do we want to see the direction of our life, our foundation, our stability? Who's going to share in that energy, or is it just you giving the best of yourself to someone else to keep them going? In which case, they're not an equal. They're not a partner. They're just someone who occasionally taps you. They say what they need to say, give you some of that emotional energy, even though it's coming from a fear place. I need something, and I love you. You don't say. Well, let me just go ahead and get you an 8 of Pentacles then. That's all I needed to hear. So again, you're working on the theory, but the application needs work. Because I got someone in here with you who would be an equal, who actually knows what a 10 of Pentacles is and the energy should go into it, and the emotional energy that should go into it as well. Comprehensive life structure, where it goes and why, and having the energy to back it up. So when I'm telling you, it shocks you to meet someone like this, that they could be in your life for the long term and for all the right reasons, that's exactly what that means. You know. That's beautiful. They're not here but once, but twice, and many times. So all I can do, honey, is tell you the energy that's available to you. One's in your 3D world, and it brings to mind all the shadows of a relationship disappointments of the past, and that's something you're still working through. Starts out as attraction. You know there's not as much emotional pull on one side of that equation as there should be. But you're like, I can make up for it. It's fine. The important thing is to build a life with it and tell myself that it won't break. That's what I'll do. If I build roots with this, it won't break for me. That's how you know it's an unhealthy dynamic. It's not giving to you an equal measure, and the first thought you have is, how can I compensate for it? How can I compensate for what they're not giving or contributing? Or tell myself, hey, I'm responsible. Maybe you're a guy. Men do this all the time. This is how they trap themselves. You know what? I'm the supplier, I'm the resource guy. It's my responsibility to provide the 10 of Pentacles. They don't have to do, okay, fine. Even if you believe that, where's the excuse for the lack of emotional structure, lack of emotional support? You're doing all that because let's say it for what it is, you're more crazy about them than they are about you. That's why. For some of you, yeah. But it's like, if I build a life with this person, they're going to stay, right? That's faulty thinking. And you are trying to get away from that. Let me make it clear, but it's taking you a long time. So when I tell you, I want you to be ready for this, it's going to blow your mind to know that there's somebody out there who is in equal measure to you in all the right ways. Dude, I thought this was coming. I'm so frustrated. I'm frustrated because, yeah, you do need to take your time with this because you haven't learned your lesson yet. And this person, unfortunately, when I clarify, your son is still very much in your life. So again, all I can tell you is what's available to you. Okay? They both seem to be available to you. One, you need more time and appreciation to see it for what it is. The other one, you have more than enough information and life experience with it to see for what it is and what it isn't. So your judgment call here is to take a look at that 10 of Pentacles, your energy for it, and say, is it my responsibility to just give this to someone else and act like I can make up for everything? Okay. Or do I want someone who can share the same values as me and keep up with me? It's part of your lesson, honey. Before you can understand what you're going to do with one, you're going to have to know what you need to do with the other. There is a big old fat, dang it, I don't know how accessible this is to you. That's what's frustrating. It has the opportunity of new, but it also says it needs time. You're also telling me you need more time to unravel all this. Okay. Okay. All right, that's enough. That's as much as I got. That's a lot too. It's a lot to be getting on with. Whatever this is in direct opposition to what you naturally feel should be your goals in this life. But you also have the concept of Venus right here, something that's strong and loves you and is generous and is healthy. I don't know how engaged you are with it. I just know that it blows you away how strong it is and how stable it is, how healing it is, and how much like you it is. I don't like it when this person says they love you, you come running. I don't like it at all. Okay, some of you have Taurus in your chart, could be connecting to one. It was on the upside down, however. Oh, I'm sorry, by the way. Cancer, Libra, any of these could be the exiting, any of these could be the entries, or you might have some very prominent placements in your chart with these energies as well. Dragon, Aries, Leo, Sag. You know, that passionate, that intensity, but I don't know. The passion, the intensity, the forthrightness. T, T, and P. Someone here who is generous. That is technically the medallion of Leo, but I'm seeing it as the word generous. Someone here who is generous. Yes, I've seen that. And also the representation of the big heart, star, hopes, dreams, wishes, wants, expectations, and J. Gemini, I will see you in approximately 2 weeks for your next video. Sorry, I have to keep these under an hour, so no oracles today. It's not my rules. I'll explain that at the mid-July. I'm sorry, the mid-check-in. Mid-month check-in for July. I'll explain it. You guys, I'll see you in approximately 2 weeks. Take care. Be well.